Okay, I think we're live. Why don't you say something up?
Okay. Yeah.
What's up, man? Everybody listening, welcome to the I Can't Produce podcast. I have a amazing producer here. I've been a fan of him for about a year now when I first discovered him, and his name is Koto, coming to you from Croatia. It's been a bitch to set this up, but we're here now, and
Yeah.
I'm just pumped, man. Like I got a big grin on my face, but how are you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good at it. Thanks, man. Wow, 1 year, like for fuck's sake, yeah, it's so good, like to have someone as a fan, like, oh my god, it's so cool, so fucking cool, like, uh, yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I mean, like, yeah, I've been planning this for a while. Or did you ever think you'd have a fan base in Madison, Wisconsin, of all places?
Well, the big thing is actually no. I at least expected my friends, to be fans, and the problem is like where I live, it's like they listen to some Croatian or Serbian, folk music, which is totally fine, okay. But the fan base, or basically the listener base for the stuff I make or dubstep or anything like that, is so low. So like so low. So even my friends don't like my music because they don't know, what it is. And it's so ironic because I have fans in America, and the people that I don't even know like my songs more than some of my friends, so it's yeah, like, oh my god.
So, I mean, that organically brings me into like my first question, which is like, what inspired you to make music? Because like yeah, you said there's what folk music is really popular out there.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, well,
oh no, no,
yeah.
go on, because I don't think I was gonna add
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, I mean, the what inspired me basically, it's so weird because when I was a kid, I wasn't listening, to those stuff what everybody used, to listen. I had, like, I remember I burned my father's speakers with some old school like techno music or trance music, or I don't know what it is, like old bass boosted music, and I was like so inspired by those guys, because when I was a kid, when you can hear the bass like bumping and moving you around in your home, it was like so good for me. And then I discovered, like, wow, I can make it by myself, like I can make that music. I thought, you need a band or something, and I really didn't know anything about music. So I was just like, I downloaded the first FL Studio, like it was, I think it was FL Studio 8 or something like that. And it sucked a lot. I made really shit music, like, oh my god. And the problem is I posted it on YouTube, and it was under my original name, like my real name, not Kodo. And I forgot the password for that email, or
Oh
I don't even
no.
know the email, for it, and it's still on the internet again. And all my friends are just remembering me, like, listen to you, like, what the fuck do you make? Like, yeah, so bad. Damn.
What are you producing now? Do you use FL or Ableton?
Right now I'm currently on Ableton because I was on FL Studio, and the problem for me was like that workflow. I really couldn't get a hold of it. Like, it was so annoying. Like the workflow. Oh my god! Like you for example, for my idea to put it in, it took, like, for example, an hour. I forget everything what I wanted to do. To do. And in Ableton, I do it like in maybe 15 minutes. I mean, it's such difference for from those two DAWs. It's amazing, like, how much different it is. I mean, the sound, basically the sound on the end will be the same, but the time and the effort you make for you to make a song is totally different, and it's very big. Like,
I've never used FL, but it was definitely the first software I pirated to try out and use.
yeah,
And but I have a lot of friends that do, but I hear that all the time. It's like the workflow just can't be more different. And I guess I self-taught on Ableton, and I don't really want to change or try out any any new
yeah. I mean,
software.
yes, as well. But I mean, for me, the Ableton is the best one. I mean, I have also a friend who switched all of them, literally all of them, even Cubase, even the stuff where you cannot make electronic music. He tried it, but he said also, like, the workflow is just like the Ableton is ahead by a mile, with the workflow from anything, and yeah, I mean, also the thing is for the producers, I mean, if someone already started from something, like for example, if you started on FL and if you learned everything, you will always hit that point in your life, where you think, oh my god, maybe because Skrillex is on Ableton, his music sounds so good because he's in Ableton. No, it isn't like that. I mean, you can stay on FL Studio and stuff like that, but only if you really feel that you cannot do it anymore in that the DAW, then you can switch. I mean, stupid to switch if you already started somewhere, so it just takes your time.
Right.
I was stupid also.
Well, I think Eliminate uses FL, which because I've seen some of his YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And he put one out where he actually just completely fails at Ableton, which I thought was pretty. I mean, it kind of goes through that whole, like, people can make good music with what they know, and then like you throw them into a different DAW, and it's really really hard.
Yeah. Oh man, it was so cringy to watch him in Ableton because I was like, oh my god, just press that, press this. Yeah.
So how long have you, I guess, been producing music? Because the first time I ever dabbled in Ableton, I was 15, and I remember I did the most basic like bullshit. I like took a Zomboys song, and I like cut the snares out, and then I like tried to just reposition the snares, like, so like I would just like take them out of the original song and then like tweak them, and then but then I dropped it for like 5 years after that, and picked it back up when I was I guess like 19. But it just, I mean, the whole reason I started this channel is because of how fucking difficult it was at the time for me to learn everything on by myself. And I just like, sometimes you hear people and you're just like, wow, they must be like pro. And the crazy thing about dubstep is, or electronic music is, you're right, like so many people just make it in their fucking basement, and I just admire that so much, like because I mean my whole introduction to the music industry is like, you need a big studio, you need all these things, but in reality I don't think that's true at all. Okay, I'm dragging the question on. So yeah, how long have you been producing for?
Well, yeah, I totally understand you on that point, where when you try to, take some things out, because I think the Dyro, if you know that producer, maybe he showed us something on the internet. It was on FL Studio, and I was still on FL Studio then. He showed how to, take the samples out of a song. And I was like, God damn, I need to do it. Like I need to take some Zomboy song or some Skrillex song, take that kick I always wanted, and stuff like that. And I was doing it. I had a whole sample pack of all of my songs, I liked, and just to put those kicks in that I loved. But the thing is, the problem is, I started the music maybe like 6 or 7 years ago. I would say the time like that. I'm not sure because I never counted it, because problem is, for the first 4 years I wasn't doing music as such. Like, I was learning the DAW. I wanted to be the best, basically, to know everything on the DAW, which was stupid for me, because it isn't important to learn that important, not just important to learn the DAW. It's important to learn production, so my production actually started maybe like 2 years ago, when I switched to Ableton because I was so pissed off of FL Studio. And I remember, I think it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I can't really remember right now, the Peekaboo, Witch Doctor, and G-Rex, if you know that switch or that remix.
Pretty sure.
On 80 Aliens. Yeah, I heard that song and I was like, what is this sound design? Like, what the fuck is this? I love it. I love just, the low end of it. So that got my inspiration going, and from then on I was just like doing like dubstep, and all of those underground stuff, just to get it going. And then my career actually started, and then I the first views or first fans started with, after the song of that suspense song. I think it was 1 year ago, yeah, something like that, but the process of learning the music was like, oh my god, it's so hard. Like, how the fuck? I remember I never mastered my songs, and I was like, how the fuck can they make it that loud? Like, if I crank it up, it just starts to distort so much. Like, how
Right.
can he make it louder? Like, oh my god, yeah, it was so annoying, to learn it.
Yeah, no, I completely relate. I'm still in a phase where I care so much about the mix. I never want to master, and like I'm still I went through a phase where I did want to learn kind of like exactly what you said, where I was like trying to learn everything about Ableton, but then it was so daunting. I never like got anything done because I was like I just kind of half-assed everything. Like I just wanted to like get the gist of like every tool, and it kind of worked, but I have a lot more fun just like using things that I know how to make or use well, or like if I just have
Yeah,
like one aspect or like audio effect like reverb, I'll just like try and play with I'll try and limit myself because otherwise things get
yeah,
all over the place real quick. Um,
yeah. I totally agree with you because I was like that. Like, I couldn't get it. Yeah, if I wanted something, I was like pushing it to the limit. Like, I want it to sound this way. I do not want it to sound anything else. I want it to sound this way, and I could spend like 5 hours on that one fucking sound, and still do nothing, and then I would be pissed off at myself, because I cannot make it, or just yeah.
so
Oh, I
do you
remember that.
design a lot of so I mean the first song or the song that I played to come in here, the My Place edit that you did. Um, do you like make or try to like do a lot of the sound design and then start splicing them together, or do you kind of like how much of your song would you say is sound design, and how much of it is like uh just splicing and arrangement?
Well, for example, for those old ones, old songs, the one that you played right now, the My Place remix,
Yeah,
it was basically a lot of it was my sound design, because I don't know, I always felt the guilt, to take someone else's sound,
I
even though
always
it's
feel that guilt.
purchased.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, oh my god, I know, I bought it, but like, oh, I don't know, it was always so guilty, to take it. But right now, I do not use that much, even samples. I like to manipulate them myself. Only things what I like to use is just kicks and snares, because I really do not have the nerves to make them, and it's so fucking disturbing for me, to do it. So basically, right now I don't even use splice, because for me the splice is just too mainstream. If you hear one sample, I bet you can hear that sample in some other songs. So right now I'm
Yeah.
just using like the free ones, for example, like Looperman, or stuff like that, because I remember once I was watching it's called Zen World
Oh yeah,
on YouTube.
I know Zen World.
Yeah, and he said, you cannot if your sample is shit, if you process it, it will still be shit, but just polished. But I won't agree with that, in a whole. I mean, of course, yes, if you leave the sample as it is, it will be shit. But if you make, for example, from a kick, if you make, I don't know, a growl or something like that, I bet that sample can be gold, And a lot of producers, even Space Laces, I can hear, in his sound design, I could hear some things that he does, unorthodoxly. Like, he really likes to take, for example, the release from OTT. When you play a sound and then you have that release, he likes to take that and then process it again. So, which means that basically he doesn't even take the beginning sound; he just takes
Yeah.
the ending. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I yeah, I completely agree with you because I take samples all the time, and then I just I just sort them to high hell, I like because yeah, or like yeah, it's gotten to the point where I never really use a sample that is, or I never leave a sample as is. I'm always doing something like pretty extreme with it, which took me a while to get because most of the time like I was just not really understanding like how to resample effectively, and but yeah, no, I speaking of samples, that one do you like Shrek? Is that
Shrek, oh yeah.
why?
Yeah. Do the
Because
roar.
do the right.
Yeah, well, I was watching the funny thing about it. I was watching with my girlfriend Shrek, actually,
Yeah.
And when that little kid said "do the roar," I was like, damn, like that could be used in music. Like, oh my god, everything is a roar basically in music. So I had to put it, even though if it doesn't fit as much, but I had to use it. I was like, oh my god, I have to take it.
No, I think it fits. I was yeah, I was just cracking up when I heard it. You know, it's funny enough. Like the first song that I heard of yours was the On and On remix, and that
Oh
was
really?
yeah, that's what put me on. And I was that I don't know, that first drop, dude. It just blew me away, and I was like, who the
Yeah.
fuck is this? And I put your song on my radio show, and then after that, I actually didn't really revisit your page until recently when I was like doing all the research for this. And that's like, so I actually just discovered your My Place song like this week, and I reposted it, and everybody loved it. And then the most my second favorite song that you have up right now, which is one of your, I mean, less popular ones, is the Off remix.
Oh yeah.
And I guess that's
Yeah.
not, I just love your style. It's like it's really bouncy. So like how did you go from like trance music to, this more like trap urban style stuff? Cuz I know like isn't trance music a lot bigger out in Europe, cuz like
Yeah.
the styles of EDM they just vary like country to country. Like Australia and America love trap music for some reason. And then like
Yeah, that's true. Like over here, Europe is an old continent, and old music just plays here. Like it's so fucking disgusting, because over here is only 90s music are okay here. Everything newer than 90s is just like, yeah, we don't like it. But the thing is, like, for trap, I actually hated trap. When it came out, I was like,
old
oh my god,
old
what is
trap,
this?
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. And my friends, actually my friend who is also a producer, I mean, I'm working in his studio. He has more money than me, so he bought the studio, the components and everything like that. So I'm working in his studio, and he was always like, oh my god, this is so good, this is so good, this is so good. And I never actually looked it that way as he did. So when some a bit more complex stuff came out, like for example Getter, or I don't know how do you say Getter,
Get
yeah.
her, yeah.
Yeah, when he made some songs, I was like, damn, what is this? And my friend said, motherfucker, that's trap. Like, as I said, I love trap. And I was like, damn, this is so cool. And then my first idol was basically Getter. And after that, I was like searching on YouTube how to make some Getter samples, but it's you cannot remake someone's sound, as even Getter said. He cannot remake his samples, because he doesn't know. He just made them. Like he wasn't thinking how to do it, or he didn't have an idea. So I was like, okay. So I have to make my mindset for that. How I want it to sound, and then everything goes okay until when you reach the part where you have to make a drop. And then when I wanted to make a drop, only thing what was viable to put 808s, stuff like that. And then that's how I also fell in love with trap, by making basically trap music. And yeah, I've reached it until here, where I don't use 808s, but I use like the hold ones, like Picabo, brah,
Yeah.
just hold it. So yeah, that's what I love.
Yeah, they're really aggressive. Well, I mean, you also have there these parts in your song that you use. Like your style. You have these breaks where you're just like playing with the drums, and you're just kind of jamming out on like the super low end.
Yeah.
It's just really bouncy, and it's the type of song that just gets me like actually jumping, and I can't like that's really what I look for in music. Is just stuff that moves me. And your stuff definitely, like your style is very energetic, and it's just
Thank you,
it's
bro.
cool. Was
If you want, I can send you one track. I made it like a long time ago. I mean, it wasn't. I didn't make it, finish it a long time ago. I just, had an idea, and then I was just like going through my projects, on Ableton, because I was like, for fuck's sake, why do I have like a million projects named "Damn, I love this," or what the fuck I made, or stuff like that. I really I don't know what is a song, or what was like something for scratch. And I was just going through my old projects, and I stumbled upon one song. I will send you the link on Discord.
oh, that'd be
Uh,
sick.
and I was like, damn, this was cool. So I made it, until the end, and I sent it to Peekaboo on his live stream on demo submission, and he was like, damn, this is so cool, and it got my heart so warm. My heart was so warm, and I was so happy because he also downloaded the song, he followed me, and I was like, oh my god, this is the dream. Like,
sick,
I can't believe that. Yeah, because Peekaboo for me right now, he's the biggest number one ever. Like, that guy is so unique, and no one sounds like Peekaboo. It's just I love the dude.
Peekaboo was awesome for me because I just remember one day he was just on the scene. Like I just one day I started seeing him everywhere, and it was pretty awesome because everything I saw was just so fucking good. Like he came out of nowhere for me. I'm like always on the hunt for like new underground artists, and this dude just blew up really quick.
Yeah, like but I don't know from what song did he blow up. I mean, I remember that he was playing just that song, as I said, the 80 Aliens remix with G-Rex. I mean, he was popular when that song came out. I mean, before that, I don't think he had any songs
I think it was Maniac. Do you remember that song?
Oh yeah, maybe Maniac. Yeah,
I think
Maniac.
that one really put him on the chart.
Yeah. I mean, because when I ask someone else, for Peekaboo, they all usually say Maniac because it's the most memorable song for them. But for me, every song of his is the best song ever from him. So that's why I have a hard time figuring out which song is the best from him.
So I guess was do you like? You said you live in a friend's or you're working in a friend's studio. Do you have like certain like hardware do you use, or are you like mainly a keyboard producer?
Because I mean, my friend has like also a keyboard. I don't know how MIDI. I think it's MIDI. I don't know how to say it in English. But he has a MIDI, basically keyboard, and he has one big one. I don't know, like maybe 80 of the keys, and one small one. I think it's a Kai one. I'm not really sure. But I got so much used to my regular keyboard, just to play the songs on my regular keyboard for mouse and keyboard and PC, that I don't even use it because and also for the music that I make, I do not really need the keyboard because I just press D and it's in D sharp, and that's all. Like, just hold the bass, I don't need a lot of keys. So yeah,
it's really hard for me to like in dubstep. I can rarely even like I know there's a key, but a lot of the time like it's so atonal that I mean it matters, but I don't know. It's hard to play on my I have a push, and a lot of the times like I really have to, start bending notes in order to make them fit because, dubstep is all the growls and I don't know. It's like I show my mom a lot of my music and I send her all my mixes, and she's like a classically trained musician, and she doesn't get it. She can't she can't wrap her head around it. She's like, "What's the key? Where's the melody?" And I'm like, "No, it's in there somewhere. You just got to look for it."
I totally understand you because also my friend who has a studio, he has a degree in music, basically like classical music also.
Yeah.
And us fighting, when we make a song, he always likes to put instruments and stuff like that. And I was like, no, I just want my sub in D sharp. That's all. Like nothing else. I just wanted to go like keep it like that. And he's like, how? Like, don't like. Where's the music? No. Just leave it like that. He's also triggered by music like that.
Yeah, it's triggering. Yeah, it's like they really don't. It's not like they're indifferent. They just like don't usually. They're like, I don't.
Yeah.
They're uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, God, I keep forgetting the questions I'm gonna ask you. I have like I have a list here of like random stuff that I.
Yeah, I mean, you can literally ask me anything because the problem is I also as I said I said it to a lot of people even in the Discord groups. I'm in Space Lists group, Effins group, and I said to people like for fuck's sake, if you have questions, for my song, just ask me. Don't be afraid. And then some kids come. I was also on a Discord call with some kid. I think he was 12 years old or 11 or something like that, and he was on his dad's computer, and he was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I'm really afraid. But can I ask you how you made this sound, how you made that sound?" I was like, "Fuck it, like I will even send you the sample. I do not care. Like, I mean, it's music. Like, come on, we all have to get somewhere if we love it, So
yeah. I mean, like I remember when I first started making music, there was this whole it was like I remember paying $30 once for a sample pack that I can make now. And like that's like kind of why I started my Discord group, because I was like, I don't want people to have to pay for like all the shit that I like paid for. Like that was really not worth it.
I totally understand. Yes, I got scammed once. Like, oh my god, in Croatia we have, I think, one good producer from my perspective. I don't know if there are some ghost producers. I'm sure there are, but for the name, I know one guy. I don't know if you know who is Matroda. Have you ever heard of him?
Matrola or Matroda?
Yeah,
I think I've heard of Matroda.
I mean, yeah, he makes house music, and he made like really strong bass house.
I know Matroda, definitely. I didn't know he was from Croatia.
Yeah. And I once I've even met him, and I was like the happiest person in my life, because one guy, literally one guy in Croatia who makes some
like bass
electronic music. Yeah, I've met him, and at that time he had one sample pack coming out, and I thought it was also a serum pack, and at least something with synthesizers, and I was like, damn, I have to buy it. I have to buy it. Like it's the sounds what I want to make, and I want to see how to make them. And I bought the sample pack, and it was just like stems from songs, and I was so pissed because it wasn't even from the good songs that I loved. It was just like from the songs that were not in my flavor, or I don't know how to say it. And then I was like, okay, I'm never buying sample packs again. If I want to make something, I will make it myself. Like I was so pissed,
Yeah, no, those are pretty surreal moments where you're just like getting scammed out of anything, but in music where you get your hands on something and you're like, this is useless.
Yeah, like so. Yeah.
Dude, on your SoundCloud page actually just cracks me up because you have everything labeled as country, and I totally feel you on that.
Like, do you know funny story? Why it is country? Actually,
please tell me. Please share.
It was actually it has two stories, but it's basically all in one. Firstly, one less important story is that I've actually wanted to place it as dubstep, as or market as dubstep, but it was placed as country. But the second thing is, you can also say country music for our music in Croatia. So that's why I was like so pissed that no one from my city or knows about me or listens to my songs. I just wanted to label them as country, so if somebody finds it, it's a classical Croatian country song, That's why it's placed as country, Yeah.
It's pretty. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's funny because I was so worried about labeling my mixes at one point or all my stuff, and at one point I was like, no, I'm just gonna label it a bunch of like weird random shit because, for one, I don't like country, so I saw like even your name on there is country, so I was just like cracking up.
Yeah. I mean, I was also like before that I had another SoundCloud page. It was basically shit.
Is it still up? Is there? Can people find it?
Yeah, I think it's on, but I really cannot remember how I called myself, because before Kodo I was like changing a lot of names. I had like a million names of of my basically artist names. Yeah, and before that I was labeling them and trying to label them so maybe some bigger producer can see it. And then after that I was just like, yeah, if somebody's gonna see it, it will be like, it won't be a lucky shot. I mean, I want to make it like so they have to hear it or see my song, and I just have to be good. So that's why I was like, fuck it, I will just label it as country and I don't care,
Like, oh, dude, I totally agree.
Yeah, and the new song that I made, I have it also on SoundCloud. Uh, uh, that one is really really hard, so I labeled it as hard country.
Oh,
Yeah, everything has to be country.
that's funny. No, no, keep doing that, dude. How did you settle on the name Kodo? That's actually one of the questions I have on here.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, I think if you can see my over here on Discord and also on SoundCloud, but on SoundCloud the picture is purple. I love Japan. Like Japan is my wet dream, where I want to live, and it's just so cool, like samurais and their instruments. And I was like, okay, I love Japan. I love Grim Reapers because Grim Reapers are just cool, that nothing can kill a Grim Reaper. I mean, and I was like, God damn, I need some name that could fit in my music that I make. And firstly, I found Kodo because it's a Japanese instrument. I think it was used to play for the king of Japan. That those instruments were playing for them. And I was like, damn, okay, that instrument is cool. I will call myself like that. But then I realized that there are a lot of Koto artists who make classical Japanese songs. So it's really hard to find me, in all of other Kotos. But I hope I will be the biggest of them all. Like,
you're gonna move to Japan and start labeling all your music Kodo. Yeah.
yeah, like make a trademark. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's sick actually. One of my really good friends is living in Japan right now,
Oh,
teaching
yeah.
English. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know anything about Japan, even though like my sister and my best friend are really, really into it, or really into the culture. And the more I learn about it, the more I'm like, oh my God, like this place is insane. So yeah, I can. Why do you love Japan?
I mean, the thing is, a lot of people actually have, a dream of having a big house, big, I don't know, garden, big everything, and I just love those little crumbled spaces. I don't know why. When I was a kid, I remember we got AC unit, or if you call it like that,
Yeah.
like the climatization. I don't know what's the English name, for it,
Okay.
and it was like a big box of it, and I was literally all day in that box like a cat, playing with my car. And I don't know, I just love those scrambled little spaces. And as I saw, I mean, of course, there are in Japan bigger places, for the
Right.
wealthier people, but they fucking have like 24/7 sleeping motel where you just go in and you just have a bed. Literally, it's no room. They just place you like with a forklift, in the bed, and you sleep, and then you can go. Like it's so cool for me. Those little spaces, those little crumpled spaces. And only problem is if I make music and if I live like that, I think the neighbors could be a problem.
Yeah.
Because if it's so little, and I don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah, God, yeah. Every place I live, or whenever I move, like all the time, and whenever I move, I'm like, how loud can I be here? Like,
Yeah, yeah, I feel you.
because you
Yeah.
got you gotta know how the song hits. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, what do you have like a favorite live concert experience? Because like again, going back to the whole country thing, it sounds like you really don't like the music that's around you, right now.
Well, yeah, actually, I do. I mean, we have a club over here in my town, which is a small little town. It's just one club with, we call it English music,
Okay.
basically club. And the problem is the people are killing it. When there is no people going out on those music, the club won't be going as good, as it's supposed to be. But I have one because we have over here a really large tourist uh, attraction, or I don't know how to call it, by the summer. And my friend got invited to play in one club. It's one of the biggest clubs over here. I think it's 14th club by DJ Mag, even though DJ Mag doesn't mean shit. But okay, it's 14th club in Europe, 14th biggest club, in Europe. And I was over there with Matroda actually.
Oh shit.
Funny story. Yeah, and my friend got an opportunity, to play in that club. but he was pretty shit because he had a lot of old songs.
Yeah.
And good thing that I was like, when I heard that I was going there, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna download every song that I listen to. So I downloaded all of that and I put it on his USB, when he was sleeping, because he wouldn't let me. So yeah. And I remember him being so afraid when he came to the stage, because nobody was jumping. Like the music was cool and everything, but it was cool for 2012. It wasn't cool for that year.
Yeah.
When we were, I think it was 2018 or something like that. And I was like, okay, please don't kill me, but go to my folder. And he was like, what? And I was like, yes, just go there. And he went. It was like, oh my god, I can't believe you done this, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, you can give me shit later, but just play the music. And then he played, and I remember one group of people. I think 20 people came. They were jumping like hell. They were crazy. And I remember just the feeling. I just raised my hand up. They were all jumping, and I put my hand down. They were all down, and I was like, oh my god. This works, like, fuck, this is so cool. Yeah. And then I was like in love. I just had to make music.
I love the idea of you sneaking songs onto your homie's USB while he's sleeping. Like,
yeah, no, because I mean, he's a cool guy. He really is. But he's really like stubborn with music. Like he just won't change. He likes one time when music was good, and that's all. And that's also the problem with the music over here. People are really stuck and to the music that was in their past. They really do not like the change, and I really do not know why. Like, why can't you just listen to the new music? Even trap, even Travis Scott and stuff like that. People do not like it. They like old hip hop, which is totally cool for me. I mean, even I like Tupac or Biggie. Biggie is I love Biggie. But nobody. I mean, not nobody, but a lot of people just hate on new stuff, and it's so stupid. Like, oh my god, like.
Yeah, it's pretty jarring. I know what you mean. It's a little. I live in a college town right now, and like there's some gigs that I play or at least that I used to play. Like I was at this one really popular bar, but it wasn't a club, it was just a bar. And the only expectation that people had of me there was like songs that were either 20 or like 10 years old. And I'm like, dude, like, are you kidding? Like, I would I would break into the new shit, and then, I mean, obviously, I'd get a bunch of complaints, and I'd be like, all right, just let me have my fun, bro. It's like 30 seconds, like, just,
I understand. Yeah, like where are the grandmas? Oh my god! Like,
yeah, and it's so you can only play. I just feel like you can only play the song like so many times, and I'm like, I see you here every weekend, and you always ask for the same song. Like, who are you? Like, I don't.
Yeah, I totally feel it. Yeah, like, also, I remember once I had a gig over here in my city, and it was cool. I mean, people over here, which is funny, and. People over here, I do not know, people, and they just stopped me in the city, and they were like, "Oh my God, you're that DJ, from that club." They don't even know my music, but they just remember me, from the DJing. And I was like, "Who are you?" Like, oh my God. And I remember once, some guy, he was like 70 or so years old, and the club is for younger people. I mean, I don't hate for people, who come with 40 years old. Like, yeah. I mean, everyone wants to have fun. But some grandpa came. And he came from one girl to another, He was just going to girls. He wanted to, I don't know, maybe get it going on. I really don't know. And he came to me and he was like, "You have to play this song. You have to play this song." And it was like some 80s disco song. And I was like, "Grandpa, you're not in a disco. You're in a club. Like, go away." And he was like, No, this is disco." And then, yeah, we had to take him out. Like some big bodyguard came and just, pick him up and out of the club, He was flying. So, yeah. Fun story.
Yeah, no, I got a bunch of requests like that all the time too. I'd be playing, and it was not even like it was just like, can't you read the room? Like like everybody here is having at least some other experience, and you're asking for like the Jonas Brothers. Or like,
oh my god!
Oh god! Just
or I remember the age of Despacito. Like We played it like 7 or 8 times in one night.
I
Like, oh
know,
my
and no one got tired of it.
god. Yeah, like just the people are it's so insane. Like that song, I was literally I woke up, I heard Despacito. I was on my job, I heard Despacito. I went anywhere, it on radio, Despacito. Like, oh my god, it's so annoying. Like, damn.
When so yeah, this is probably an awesome. When did you start DJing? Or like, did you start? Did you know how to DJ before you learned how to produce, or like, did you start learning them at the same time? Did you learn it when you were like starting to actually, play gigs with your own music? Because I mean, for me, I just loved going to like clubs and festivals. So I learned how to DJ because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot, and I thought it was really fun. And then I started producing my own music. But I know it goes like the other way around for a lot of guys. So,
Well, yeah. For me, it actually went the other way around. It's also a funny story how I got to DJing. I mean, my intentions weren't like DJing at first. I was just like, I have to make some music because I don't want, a lot of DJs over here. For me, that's cringy. Just do not care for making music. They just want to play other people's songs. It's not that they have to because they don't have songs or they do not know how to make songs. It's just like they don't give a fuck. They will play other people's songs, and I was like, I cannot do it. I feel again guilty. If I play some other guy's song, like why couldn't I make a song? So I was actually making music, and then shout out to my to my sister's husband. He was like, okay, can I buy you then some music gear if you, for example, pass the year on my college, basically, with a good grade. And I was like, sure, yeah. But little did he know, I mean, when you say to me some music gear, I thought it was like, something to make music or a MIDI or something like that. But he bought me, I don't know how do you call it, controller? Is it controller?
is it with the wheels?
Yeah. It was just like all in one, basically.
Oh,
It was
okay,
the
yeah.
most expensive one that he can get. It was so crazy, and I didn't know how to say it. That it wasn't. I didn't want to be a bitch. To bitch about it. That it's not for music. I was just like, I mean, it is for music, but it was not for making music.
It was for playing
So
music, right?
then, yeah. And I think it cost like $1,000 because for us over here our paychecks are really really low, and for us that's a lot of money. Like you have to work a lot for that. So it was like, damn. I mean, thank you, but right now then I have to go and play music somewhere. I have to use it now. So yeah, that's why I got into music, and then it all. I mean, it even helped me with making the music because when I went out and when I played some songs that I really loved, for example, at that time I remember Getter and stuff like that I was listening to. I went on one. I mean, I had one show. It was like 3 or 4 people were at my gig.
Yeah.
And I played some songs from him, and the people were like, "Damn, this is so hard." And I remember that feeling. And every time when I make music right now, I do not have any inspiration, which is a really good thing because also one DJ from Croatia, he's like he was DJing in the Carl Cox time. It was a long time ago, and he was really old DJ, and he still DJs. Like he has DJ career for over 40 years. He
Yeah.
said to me, like when you make music, try to imagine people in front of you and what you want them to do on your song. And I was like, this is really actually good advice. Like now every time when I do not have any inspiration, I just close my eyes and I just play the shit what I have on Ableton. And I'm just like, okay, I want people to be like this, to jump like that. I will make the bass here, just so people can feel it, and it really helps me. It helped me a lot. So yeah.
Dude, that's some pretty awesome advice. I can see that because I remember the first time I had a similar experience, and it was with like 4 people. I was the opener at this really small club, and there was like this one hooper and like 2 other people, and like my mom was there, and what is it? It was my first time ever playing on like Pioneer CDJs, which I hate. I
Oh
still hate.
damn,
I
yeah.
still hate them. I will
Me
never
too, me
like
too,
them.
yeah.
But yeah, it was like my first time playing live, so I was really nervous, and like it was funny because I was killing it, and then I fuck up and like I push the crossfader over to one side that isn't playing anything, and song just kind of
Again,
cuts. The
yeah.
song kind of cuts in the middle of it, and like I'm clueless because I've never used this board before. But I look up because I'm like, oh shit, I got to see the people's reaction because this is bad, and like I see all four of them just like jaw dropped, like staring at me, like, and then the music stopped, and they thought I did it on purpose, and they were like, what the fuck was that? That was incredible." And
Yeah,
yeah, that feeling is really unforgettable. Um,
yeah. I totally feel it. Like I love that feeling. Like when people love the thing, what I do is it's just the best thing ever. Like I mean, I even said to some clubs, all of my friends who are basically playing music, because live music over here is the shit. People love it, here. And all of my friends who are playing like guitars stuff like that, they were saying don't be stupid with the bosses. But I said once to a boss like, okay, because the club was going down and I was people loved me for my music and what I play, not what I do. And I was like, okay, you do not have to pay me anything. Just let me have the club where I can go out to. Like we have nothing here. I don't want to go to folk music or to some live concert that I don't give a jack shit about.
yeah.
And my friend said to me, don't play for free, like, are you retarded? But just let me do my shit. Like it's so much more important for me to experience the people than to get like maybe I think by night, because over here we have to play all night. We do not have like sets of DJs for hour or so.
Uh-huh.
You have to play all night from, let's say, 9 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Oh
You
shit.
get maybe like $30. It's kind of like nothing.
Yeah,
It's so bad.
God, yeah, that's DJing.
Yeah, like, but I mean, I do not care about it. I love when people are like pointing at me and and saying like, damn, like you're good. Finally someone good is here, and it's so great to hear it. It's the best feeling ever, the best, literally the best feeling ever.
Dude, that's I've never been to Europe, but the yeah, we have to close up by like 3 a.m. and so my gigs were normally from like at most they were like from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Oh
and
damn.
and it was, yeah, no, and I've just heard so many awesome stories about like people like getting out of the club at like 6 a.m. and that's some shit that we do not experience over here. Like there's a bunch of after parties, but like the official, it's like everything gets broken up at around 3 a.m. or something, unless you're at an awesome festival. I don't know.
We have over here one club. It's called the Shoe. I don't know really why it's called the Shoe, but over there you do not go with an ID. You go because over here our medicine is just a little bit different than in America.
Uh-huh.
We have a medicine card. Basically that you have an insurance or a health insurance or stuff like that. You get in with that card because the alcohol over there and getting drunk, you can get in a fight really easily over there, and the security won't ask you for the ID. They will just ask you for that, so they're sure that you have insurance.
That's
The
so
club
funny.
is, yeah, like, I mean, parties over here are cool. When you don't mind the music, the parties over here, I think that we have the best parties ever, and that the people over here can fucking drink a lot. Like it's for us, it's no problem. If you have 20 liters, I don't know if liters measurements, but it doesn't matter if you have like million liters of booze, it will be drank all of them. All of it in one night.
Are,
It's just,
are, are you challenging the folks of Madison, Wisconsin?
I mean, yes, bring on. Because yesterday night, I was actually drinking with my girlfriend, and my other friends, and we got drunk so much. I mean, we even broke my girlfriend's bed, and it was not broke on purpose because I was laying down and my friend wanted to scare me, and he jumped on me, and the bed was just like cracked. So yeah, yeah.
Funny enough, I'm pretty sure we measure our booze here in liters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
yeah. I don't think we do. Yeah. I mean, otherwise, I guess it'd be like gallons, which would be.
Yeah, because I mean, I was learning that in school, but I forgot. I mean, when I was in school, only thing on my mind was just like music, so I wasn't paying attention
Yeah.
on anyone. So yeah.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, oh, never mind. We got corrected in the chat. We do use liters, but they're not even. um,
Uh,
a handle is 1.75 liters. Yeah, I don't even know how to buy booze, and I'm like 24. Oh, am I? No, I'm 23. Never mind.
oh, you're like me. I'm also 23, 23, but not right now. In 1 month, but still. Yeah,
Oh, nice, nice.
it's cool. It's cool.
So, uh, what do you? Yeah, I guess we've been talking a lot about the music industry, dude. It's so funny because I talk to my family a lot about what I do, but they don't really listen to the music. But I've started telling them about these podcast interviews, and I was talking to my grandpa, and I was said, I'm really excited. I'm going to be talking to this one guy who makes some really awesome tracks, and while I was talking to him, I was telling him I was asking you to get on the show. I'm going to play some of your music. And my grandpa is just kind of like obsessed on this idea. He goes, well, won't the guy be like kind of mad that you're using his music? And, and like, it's funny because I completely understand where he's coming from, but I totally like, I've never experienced that because ever since I started my radio show, I've been like messaging every artist that I use, and I'm like, "Hey, your track is on my show. Hey, your track is on my show." And it's like
Yeah,
no
yeah,
one cares anymore. And it's just like it's such a weird place for the music industry to be right now.
yeah. It's I totally understand you. Yeah, I mean, people really do not care. I remember also my father was saying that to me because on the radios we have also that system on the radio. I don't know if you have that system in America, but over here, radios buy packs of music. For example, like when something is new or hot, for example, like when Despacito was out, you cannot just buy one song like that, or they cannot just buy it. They have to buy a pack of those Spanish songs, basically. So I remember when Despacito was hot for
Like
that year,
like baseball
all
cards.
of yeah, yeah. They bought only Spanish songs, because it was in a pack. So you can hear only Spanish songs and on the radio, and everywhere you go, it was just like Spanish. People started speaking Spanish over here. Like, oh, so, I hate that system. So yeah, it's
That must
oh
have
my
been
god.
confusing as hell.
Yeah, like come on, like it's so stupid that you cannot take one song. Like, okay, I bet people do not like. I mean, that's great marketing. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's for example for those other songs. No, if nobody heard them, now they heard it because they had to hear it. Because it was on the radio. So yeah, it's a great marketing trick, but it's so bad when you are in music and when you hear stuff people are doing just for money. It's bad.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's just so transparent nowadays. Like before, things were probably a little bit more. Maybe I guess you can't say they were totally organic, but I like all of my favorite radio stations died like a long time ago, so I don't really
Yeah,
listen to the
yeah.
radio anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we have over here only cool thing is in Zagreb, which is capital of Croatia. There are some guys who have basically their private radio, but it's a radio station. It's not on the internet, and they play some really really good music. But it's the problem is it's only in a radius of maybe 10 miles you can get to it, and it sucks. I mean, every time I'm in Zagreb, I just I put it on that radio station. But when you're in other cities, like for example in mine, which is like in a butthole of universe, you have nothing. So yeah, yeah. I'm only lucky. I mean, by that I'm only lucky that Hungary is just like the next country next to us, and over there it's me and my friends just who listen to dubstep and stuff like that. We call it Little America because the people you can see over there in their main city, the Budapest, it's just surreal. Like the parties over there. Like I remember I saw some girls when we were at the Halloween party. I was dressed as one French DJ. I don't know if you know Mala. He's called like
Oh,
that.
yep. Yeah, I know Mala.
Yeah, I was dressed like him, and fuck, I mean, I went to the dubstep show. Nobody even knew who who I was, but I remember some girls were dressed like oh damn, what's she called? Like Joker's
Oh,
girlfriend.
Harley
Like
Quinn, Harley Quinn.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was like really hot then, and some girls were dressed like them. in small skirts, in somewhere even in high heels, and I was like, damn, I just came to bang, just to rip the fence, and I was like, fuck, like those girls will look at us and think we are idiots, So when the show started, I remember it was like Heckler and Ivory. They were on stage, which I'm not much of a fan of that kind of music. It's too harsh for me. I don't know. I don't know. It's just a little bit too harsh. I like dubstep, like Peekaboo, for example. But it was okay. I mean, it was the best thing I've ever went to. And I remember those girls were pushing us and just taking the fence and ripping it. And I was like, God damn, she's in high heels, fucking, and she's just like banging on a song, and it's just it's just so cool, yeah.
Festival girls are I don't know what I love girls that love EDM. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Same, bro. Same.
I guess, dude. I want to talk about before I forget. I want to talk about the process of what it's like to get. So did your On and On remix make it on Never Say Die?
Well, it actually no, because I remember. I think I just cannot remember right now exactly, but I think there was a live stream where he was choosing the best songs, and that's when I really got pissed to that rhythm. The literally rhythm. It's not dubstep. It's rhythm.
Rhythm. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's a meme, bro. We all kind of hate it.
Yeah. It's just it's not cool. Like it's so stupid. Like one sound and that's all. Like, oh my god. But okay. And I was like, okay, I have to make it. And also the second drop was with my friend. He was like, make a drum and bass. But I didn't know how to make drum and bass.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, fuck it, I will make it. That doesn't matter. I mean, the important thing is that first drop it was mine. So,
okay. Yeah.
And and I made it, and I was like, okay, this could be cool because it's something new. I mean, I always thought that producers and the big guys will try to find stuff that is different. That's not the same. I was like, okay, this is just a little bit different. I even made the vocal a bit dirtier, and I put a vocoder on it, and even changed the notes and stuff like that. And I was really proud with that. And after the song, the submission ended, he chose on live stream. He chose like 10 best songs, but he had to make like first, second, and third. And all of those songs were just pure rhythm.
Yeah.
Like I was so pissed at rhythm then, and I still hate it. I mean, from then on, I hate it.
You're in good company.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, yeah, how can it be like? I mean, every song was for me. It was literally the same. I can imagine even if I showed it to my father or mother, they would be like, "Oh my god, like, well, what is this?"
Yeah.
But I was so pissed at that, and I thought, I mean, okay, maybe my song wasn't the best. I'm not saying that my song is the best, and that I'm the best at doing it. But come on, give some bone to some other guy who is just a little bit different. Like everything was the same. Like it cannot be that no one else made, for example, like a house track or something, good. It's just and the biggest thing is the songs who were won by that weren't even good rhythm songs. Like they weren't mixed good, they weren't mastered good. It was just shite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the rhythm for me is it just feels like a step back, like why, like we fought so hard to get here.
Oh yeah. Like it's a step back even from cavemen. Oh my god.
I think it's interesting for all about like half a second, and then and I'm like, oh, this is the whole song. Like this is
literally. I mean, I saw DJs who are playing 4 songs at the same time.
Yeah.
And they're just changing it, and literally it sounds the same. Like it doesn't sound different. Same. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's like and it's like it's like a big thing too. It's like they'll play 4 songs, but they're all rhythm and they're all exactly the same. So they'll just chop them up. They'll just like and it's like the problem that I see is like, you know what, that's awesome. Like I love Skunto.
Well, actually, no. I'll check it out. Can you post me
Yeah, he's
link or something? Yeah.
he does that. He's like a dubstep. He does this series called Mega Chop.
Mm-hmm.
And he rides on like 4 or like 8 songs at a time, but they're all
Oh,
like
really?
they're usually like pretty. They're not rhythm. They're all dubstep, and then a lot of them. He's really talented, so I'll send you that. But with rhythm, it's
Oh,
like
okay.
it's. I feel it's kind of like house music, where it's just like if it's always gonna land on the same beat, like
Yeah,
you're really
four on the
not
floor.
taking
Yeah.
you're not taking any risks there. Like I don't know.
Yeah. That's true.
Um, Also, on what you said about the whole drum and bass thing on the end of your on and on mix, like
Yeah, I don't like
yeah,
it.
oh dude, I mean I don't like drum and bass, and I'll send you the mix where I played the song if you don't have it already. I faded out before that drop,
Mhm.
um, and it was or it's but I think it's really important to like try and make music that you don't really like, um and
Yeah,
the
that's true.
reason it's like make it good, like and that's how I feel about it. Like if I find a song, or if I'm making a song and I really want to push myself, or I'll try and make it like house music or like reggaeton or even drum and bass, because I know I don't like those 3 genres, and I'll also be like, well, if I don't like them, maybe there's something I can do to them that'll make me like it a little bit more. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, even the funny thing is, when you make something that you do not know how to make, or maybe even if you didn't listen to it ever, if you try to make it, you can come up with something new, which is so funny because when you make dubstep or maybe some wonk, uh, you already basically know what you're trying to do. When you are making like drum and bass and I don't know, maybe half time or something like that, you do not have the mindset for it. So you just try to make something, and then with that process, you make something new, which is so funny. Like, I mean, that's how I even discovered some stuff in my songs. Like, wow, like, that's how you make it. I thought it was like million other reason, how to get to that sound, and it was just something really like simple. And just because I started to make like dubstep or uh, at that time, before dubstep or trap, because I was making house music, and it's really easy. Uh, and then after I was trying, to make some bass house, I was like, okay, bass house is basically dubstep and house. So I tried to make dubstep, and then I discovered something third, and it was like, oh my god, like this is so cool. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely, because I mean, what you just said were fighting words, by the way. People out here love them house music, and I think it's really simple. But I know a lot of DJs that are just like, oh no, bro, this is the pinnacle of music. This is.
No. I mean, I'm not saying that. For example, the house music, some of that, for example, Taiki no Light or something like that. That's fucking hard. Like, it's hard to make it like that because it has a lot of percussion and a lot of different basses hit. But as I was trying to say, I didn't express myself good. I was trying to say that my house was simple, because it was just like one bass line going like do like that, and four on the floor kicks. So it was
Yeah.
so simple, and I was just like trying to figure out something, next level, how to
Well,
put some basses in it, and
I love Mala's a house DJ, right? Or
yeah, of course,
oh
yeah.
yeah, I saw Mala live at a festival in Chicago, and I loved his set. I thought it was dope. Like, I think it's house music is just really hit or miss for me. There's a lot of people who I don't think do anything with it, and
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
but I guess I was yeah. So did your um I think I feel like I already asked this question. I was saying earlier, do you have are you on a record label technically, or is that one song on? Because I feel like the reason I'm asking it is because that's kind of that's always been one of the processes that for me it feels like it's kind of in the dark. It's like getting put on or getting reposted by a record label, or getting your song on like Spotify. It's like these things are kind of like they're just like in this really this big gray zone. I never really know what that process is like.
Well,
Did you get reposted by Never Say Die, or because this one has like 20,000 plays on it? It's by far your
yeah,
most
well,
popular one.
it's basically because of Spicy Boys mostly.
Oh, dude, they're great. Oh, I love those guys.
Yeah, and those guys really took me like their child, because I remember, when my song Suspense came, I've tried to send it to a lot of, labels, I've tried to hit the roof, of course. And I was like, if I want to hit the roof, I have to make a lot of music for example, for the big labels to hear it first, hear my style, and then maybe they will sign some EP or stuff I have. So I was just like, okay, I will try to send to some other labels. I don't really care. I just want people to hear my song. I do not need money for it. Not yet. I mean. Maybe in later time I will need, but right now I really do not. That's why every song that I post is just like free download in WAV, so it's no problem with that. And I was just sending it to Spicy Boys, and they told me like, "Damn, this is so hot. Okay, we will post it, but like in a couple of months." Before I thought it was like if I send the song next day it's out, but
Yeah,
no, it's like a lot of process going on. First they have to take a lot of songs, place it together, and then they make it out, because if they do it like the same day, if you put it the same day you send them, if they put it out, I mean, it could be a problem for them. They could be quiet for some time, and it's not good. It's best, they have their
schedule.
yeah, schedule. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
no, I understand that sort of.
yeah, and that's why I'm really grateful for them and really thankful for them, because all of the followers right now that I have, which is really a lot for me. Like I was expecting to have maybe 5 followers, and all of the followers, it's just because of them, because almost every song, if not every, it's 90% of my songs, they repost them, and that's why I even get any views, because yeah, it's
Because
really cool from
it's
them.
because
They're really
it's because you're spicy, boy.
yeah.
So that yeah it leads me right along to very important question. How often do you produce music nowadays?
Well, the thing is, I produce basically every day. I work 8 hours a day, so, and I'm really lucky that I work from home on my company's PC. Not my company's, but I work for a call center, and they, because of the coronavirus, they sent us all home, and they gave me a PC. So right next to that PC is my computer. I hope my boss isn't watching this, but yeah. And yeah, I'm just making music on my PC, and also if sometimes I do not have any inspiration, I just go to the sampling, because sampling, as I learned, you can have 50 terabytes, of samples, it will still not be enough. So it's just, if I do not have any inspiration, just go to resampling, sampling some stuff, and making something new, because it's really really helpful when you start a song and when you are like, oh my god, what should I do, and then you go to your old folder where you were making samples, and then hear something out, and you're like, damn, the inspiration starts going on, and that's how I make music personally. It's really the easiest process for me, because before that I was just like so much occupied and so much stubborn. I wanted to make the music the same day I started, and I was like so pissed off at myself when I couldn't make music, and when I had no inspiration. It was killing me. So just right now I just take it easy. If I do not have any inspiration, it's okay. I'll just go to making new samples, and when I make them, sometimes even I get inspiration from making one sample. One sound can get my whole idea going on, even a song. So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
No, that's so. Do you mean like, do you like make your own like sample packs on your free time? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, usually when some people ask me, I mean, it's no problem for me. I will give out any of my sample, because uh, the thing is, if someone wants to sound like me, they cannot sound like me, because I am me. No one else is me. That's also the same thing as peekaboo. Like, you can try to say it to sound like peekaboo, but peekaboo is peekaboo. You will never be peekaboo. You will be yourself. And that's why it's no problem for me to give me a sample. It's just douchey if I know how to make a sample, or if I know how to make something and I do not want to give it to someone.
Dude,
You know.
that's a
So,
great attitude. I wish a lot more people had.
yeah,
Because yeah, no, you're totally right. No, you can't like you are you, and if you value yourself, you also know that nobody can be you.
yeah, that's true. Like, I mean, yeah, if anyone asks me what I was doing, also like the best for me sample groups are on Discord. Like, it, a lot of people say Reddit, but okay, Reddit is just like specific. They make packs, or but over here on Discord, you have a lot of talented producers. And a lot of Discord groups, for example, like Moonboy or Space Laces, or basically any music group, has its production talk, or production series, and I just go there and I just listen to stuff people make, and I'm like, wow, like, damn. And then I also post it over there, so people can download it, so they can make some songs, like, it's the best thing is, to get everyone going up. Like, it isn't cool if you're up there by yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's I feel like it's just such a change in how music used to be that I feel like a lot of people just aren't kind of getting that yet. But dude, I'm in above and below Partica and I think Noise has
Yeah.
one. And yeah, no, Discord has been a really unexpected tool that I didn't really think was, or it's just so useful and helpful, and like you can meet you can just meet anyone. Like everybody is uh
Yeah, that's true.
everybody's in there, and it's just like you can find so many talented producers, and you can find so many people who like you can bring up with you. And yeah, no, that shared experience is like something I wish I had when I was starting to learn music, because I was just like I rented a room. I was like I put all my music equipment in it, and I was like, okay, time to make music. And I didn't know where to start or what to do. And I know that if I had had like a small community of people at the time, like I would have found success like a lot quicker.
Yeah, I mean, I totally feel it. I also started like that, and I remember that there was only one guy who made tutorials, and thank God he was really good. I don't know if you know Seamless R. He's called like that.
I don't actually. I'm gonna write that
Oh,
down. Yeah.
that guy, like, he's one. I mean, coolest guy ever. Like, he has really big beard, really long hair, like, classic, basically metal listening guy.
Yeah.
And he was also making drum and bass, and I like drum and bass. I mean, I think you can also feel some drum and bassiness in my songs, because uh, over here in Croatia, which is funny enough, drum and bass was actually sometimes even popular. So, which was really cool for me, because I haven't heard dubstep before that. I was just like in drum and bass a lot. And that guy was also remaking, for example, but he was really good. Like, he made, I don't know if you know the song Noisia Dead Limit. It's called like that. And there is one Reese in that song. It's the meanest Reese ever. And he literally remade it exactly the same. And that guy isn't looking at the waveform. He's looking at some spectral shit I don't even know about. And he can see, like, okay, yes, over here the pitch was like 1.272. Like, come on, like, how can you do it? Like, that guy is insane. Yeah.
No, thank God for tutorial. And like yeah, tutorials have gotten so much better in the past like 5 years. It makes me jealous.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, people can just go and type anything they want, and they will find it. Like, a lot of people do it. A lot of people on the on YouTube explaining, and it just sucks. But it sucks also when I find some tutorial that I was looking so hard to find, and then the guy doesn't make it like anything. Like, it doesn't sound anything like like the sound he was trying to remake. And I was like, hey, fuck, I guess I'll have to learn it myself. Like, trial and error.
um, yeah. Well, so do you have any like favorite like favorite plugins? And then also, do you think like you could toss a sample pack for our Discord? I mean, that would be awesome, man.
Yes, of course, yeah,
That'd
no
be
problem. I'll just have to put it in zip folder, and I will send it to you right away. Okay?
That'd be awesome. No, yeah,
I mean,
no.
after the stream, right? Not now. But for the funny thing also that you've asked me right now, because if we had this talk maybe like a week before, I would say 100% Serum that it's my favorite plugin, which still is for synthesis.
Yeah.
But my favorite VSTs are coloring EQs. Like when I discovered that, I mean, I of course I pirated like waves. I mean, I'm not that wealthy to buy whole waves. Like, oh my god.
Right.
But I just downloaded it for example, for image. I think it's no infected mushroom pusher. I saw Peekaboo using it, and I was like, okay, this is Peekaboo. But when I discovered, David Guetta made. I don't know. Do you know who is David Guetta? Maybe.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah. He made one tutorial on how to remix Cardi B, and I was just like, oh my god, his sound is like so old, like, oh my god. But still, I want to watch it. I just want to see him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's cool. He's 53 years old, and he's still making electronic music, which is for me is like heads down. And I was just watching him. I mean, I wasn't even laughing because I was so amazed that he's still making music, and he's still, making aggressive music, which is funny. I mean, it can be old music, but it's still aggressive music.
Yeah.
And at the end, he said like, okay, now it's time to mix and master. And it was one snippet of maybe like 3 seconds where he showed his plugins. And I was like, wait. Like, that guy is in music for like fucking 30 years. I mean, if somebody knows it, it won't be the guy, from internet who has like, I don't know, 20,000 plays, because, if that guy was any good, I'm sorry for the tutorial maker guys, like for this is how you master a song. You just put it like this and that's all. No, it's not like this. You have to just take a little bit of mine. But if anyone knows, it's David Guetta, and I saw his mastering chain, and it was like, of course, it wasn't OTT, it was some expensive stuff. And then I saw underneath it was like written coloring EQs. It was the API 560 from Waves, and it was like I don't know, Vitamin, which is also my favorite plugin right now. And I was like, okay, I want to try it, because my songs, when I crank them up, they start to distort like a hell lot.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I'll just try those coloring EQs. The moment I put that EQ, and it was just like some standard preset on it, the moment I put it, my level of the song, which this is my newest song. I will also send it so you can post it in your group.
Inside scoop, homie. Yes.
Yeah. The moment I've placed those EQs, my song's level and loudness went so much up. Like, it was so wide, it was so loud, and I was like, wait a moment. I had those because waves were out, like a long time ago, and I had waves on my PC for maybe like 4 years or 5 years, and I was like, god damn, like I had it all of the time and I wasn't using it. And then after that, I was just like, okay, let me check out other DJs that I know, or producers. They're pretty big, and that they have stuff behind them, just to check what are they doing to make those songs. Because, for example, Noisia, I wish if they just made a tutorial, just one tutorial, for 20 minutes. I mean, I saw their tutorials, but it was nothing specific. They were just like saying how to make stuff, not showing us how to make stuff.
Right.
But those guys, their mix and master is just not normal. That dynamic, but that loud, and it's just not normal. Like, those guys are crazy.
I do, yeah, dude. I do have to say that mastering, probably for me, and I would imagine most beginning music producers, mastering has got to be the most confusing part.
Yeah.
And yeah, what so you're talking about like spectral imaging, or like, because I don't even use, I mostly just use EQ bands whenever I try and do any type of mastering. And yeah, whenever you really crank it up, you will get distortion, or you'll get a bunch of artifacts that you really just don't know what to do with.
Yeah, yeah,
And
that's
yeah, it's just such the yeah, it's such a milestone that I feel like when you actually feel like your mix is good at any volume.
that's, I mean, that's true. I remember myself when I was, before maybe 1 or 2 years, I hated mastering. Like, I would finish a song and then I would be, God damn, here's mastering again, because I know that I will have to try and a million times, just to put it or place it where I at least wanted to. But right now, I was making one song with my friend literally yesterday, and I was so hyped to finish the song. All of my ideas were going off because I couldn't wait to go to master a song. I mean, if you want, I can literally tell you what to do to master. I mean, it's not such a secret. I mean, just
In
stupid.
in
It's really that easy. I mean, you have basically like 5 steps of it doing. I do not have any standard EQ on my master because I just rely on my mix to be good. Just that. And then I just put the bass to mono. There is, I mean, if you want, I can write it down also for you. It's no problem. But you have to put coloring EQs. Is the first thing and the best thing ever to put in your master. If you have waves, for example, but it doesn't matter, if it's waves. It can be any coloring EQ because it doesn't work the same way, and it's magic. If you ask me what it does to a song, it's just magic. I do not know why it does it like that, but it's just magic. You put a coloring EQ. After that, I think it's maybe like just some clipping, just to take all of those maybe like hats or that go off on plus 14 decibels, just to cut it. You do not want to hear clipping yet. And after that, it's vitamin, also from waves, because I think that's compression. But no, so sorry. Before vitamin, you just put the glue compressor, just to also catch those peaks. And after that, it's vitamin. I think that's also multi-band compression, but I'm not that sure. I mean, I think it's also some kind of EQing, but I'm really not sure. I mean, check it out. Really, just check that shit. It's so cool.
yeah, I'm
And
writing it all down right now.
yeah, just write it and just try it. You can also see it on the David Guetta's live. And it wasn't a live; it was just a tutorial. He showed me also the vitamin, and I was like, what the fuck? What is this? And yeah, you can also check it out. He also explains it about a little bit, maybe like in a minute or so, which is totally cool because you just put some knobs up if you want it louder, and that's all. And after that, you just put standard clipper, or you can put maybe like which I can see that all of the big producers like to use. You can put just glue compressor with glue compressor. Oh my god, what's with my tongue? With soft clip on, and just crank it the hell up. Just even if you hear some clipping, it's okay because every song is being clipped as fuck. In this year, it's not normal. So yeah, if you want, I can also take a picture of my master chain. Then yeah, you can post it on your Discord. I mean, anything you want. Like, it's really no problem.
Yeah, no, we're basically just trying to get like a big collection of free resources that we can just like that we can give to any like newcomers. So yeah, no, I mean any sample packs or pictures of a mastering chain, like those are, I mean, everything is welcome, and just, I mean, thank you, that's awesome, dude.
I mean, no problem, man. I mean, I because why I'm doing this, it's just I remember myself how much pain I have went through, and then in maybe like 10 minutes I discovered something, and everything has changed. And for example, I lost 1 year of my life trying to learn how to master a song, or even more. And then when I've discovered it, it was just like in maybe like 10 minutes, and I was like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
for 1 year I was just I wasn't getting no sleep. I was like, oh my god, it was so stressful for me. And then that's why it's good to help someone. Like, why shouldn't you help someone? If that someone wants to make music, he will take anything to learn it. So why won't you just help him? I mean, in the end, he will learn it in the end.
Yeah,
It's stupid not to help him.
I completely agree with that. I mean, I went through something similar with like when I finally figured out how to stream, like efficiently, it took me like 2 years because I was on Windows and like Mac.
Yeah,
Everybody uses Mac, and like everything I could find was like, oh, it's easy, just buy a Mac. And I was
yeah,
like, fuck you guys, everything. You guys are assholes. And it took me about 2 years to actually get my streaming like of music down. I just remember like when I actually figured it out, a part of me was like, that was 2 years, man. That was
yeah,
2 fucking years, and I was.
yeah.
It's like a part of my brain didn't even want to like discover it. It was just like, because but
Yeah, I know. But the hardest thing really is actually when you start music, you think, oh my God, it's so hard to learn all this stuff. No, no, all of that stuff is really easy. Like the hardest thing is just production. Like you have to really, really be into it, or you really have to be like clear-minded. Do not stress about to make music, because if you think and also which is really important, you cannot be. I mean, this is really important, but you cannot, try to make music for someone, because if you're making music, for example, I was doing it a lot before. I was trying to make music, for Peekaboo, so he can notice me. And then I was like, fuck it. I won't be doing that anymore, because when I do music for him, I don't like my music, and if I don't like my music, it will sound shit.
yeah.
So I stopped doing that, and the song that I made, for his stream, I made it for myself, and I was just like, I have to send it because I really love that song. And when I sent it to him, he was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like he was banging everything. He downloaded it, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Now I really know that I have to listen to myself, and that's just all. You cannot be listening to others, or making music for someone or for some label. It's just not cool. I mean, if your song is cool, any label will take it. It's just like that.
Yeah, yeah, no, I completely agree. I don't know if I got a lot of the playing songs for other people from DJing, and I've been playing guitar since I was like 10 years old, and at one
Yeah,
point, I mean, my whole journey just kind of became uh the only reason I like to play guitar is because it gives me a way to express myself, and it's like it like kind of cuts through a lot of the bullshit, and I can be, it feels like I'm finally like being honest. I can't really lie while I'm playing guitar, and I really just wanted to translate that into music production and DJing. So my whole
yeah,
journey, my whole thing is kind of just all about self-expression. And yeah, thinking about Ableton or the DJ controller as an instrument is really helped my thought process in that, because if you think about it as an instrument and then you kind of start playing your song and not really listening to all the noise in the background, I think it goes a really long way, and that's when I've found all the coolest shit,
yeah,
my stuff.
yeah. I totally understand. Yeah, I mean, even though I do not have any music, history behind me, because I don't know. I every time when I started making some sounds with the guitar, or stuff like that, I was so pissed because I didn't know how to how to play it, the same time as I tried to play it. So I was like, oh my god, I even bought a guitar, and I was like, oh my god, I really do not want to learn it. Like like it's cool and all, but the music on the computer really like got me going, because everything is basically piano on on PC. So I mean,
Right.
you can make anything from piano. I just had to. The hardest thing is also I've never learned any music theory since now. I was just like making music. If it sounds good, it sounds good, and I mean it's okay. I mean, for another professional step is if you learn it, the music theory, you can put some weird notes that aren't in that scale, which work, and that's cool and all, but you really do not need music theory, learn for making music, because you just go to the internet. I have one web page where I go, and I'm just like, okay, D sharp, what notes are in, and I just look at the notes and I place it like this, and I mean that's totally fine.
Yeah, I feel like that's another triggering aspect about like a lot of this music. It's
Yeah,
you really don't need to know music theory. I know so many producers who like uh, I mean, even if they know music theory, it's not really like it's not like they took a class on it. It's kind of like they learned what they need to know to get what they want done.
Yeah,
And
that's true. Yeah.
and yeah, so I totally agree with that. And it's again, I think it's a sign of like, yeah, the music industry is totally changing. Like you don't even need to know music theory anymore.
Yeah, that's totally true. That's totally true.
The computer helps with everything so much now, and that's what I. So I have a lot. I'm friends with people who listen to all kinds of music, um, and one of my best friends, he makes fun of me all the time. He calls me a EDM kid, and the other day he called me oh god, I don't even, what can I say? Can I say this? He called me a K-tard. And I still love him, and it's just like a lot of yeah. It just doesn't sound like music to him. It sounds like a bunch of weird noises, and I don't really remember where I was going with that. I got caught up on K-tard.
Yeah, let's go, let's go. Yeah, I totally understand it. Like, for example, I mean, over here, like even younger people, when they hear my song, they're like, "Oh, what are those scratching noises?" Like, "Oh, like grandma, shut up!" Like,
Yeah, how old are you?
yeah, like even my girlfriend, she's like 20 years old, and when she hears my songs, I mean, not to be rude or anything, she supports me. Of course, she supports me.
Right.
But when she hears my songs or the songs I listen to, she's like, "How can you listen to that? I mean, it doesn't make sense." And I'm like, just feel it, feel the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, well, not everything has to be with words in it. Like, oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think I remember the point I was trying to make. I was like, my homie's name is Sam, and I just say like every time I'm like Sam, like all the music that he's telling me to listen, old Kanye and David Bowie, and it's like I love and Pink Floyd. It's like
Yeah,
everything he tells me to listen to, I already love, and I'm just like, Sam, we've built to this point. Yeah, we
yeah,
have
yeah. That's
these
true.
guys. Everybody you're showing me would be proud of what I'm listening to.
Yeah. I mean, I totally understand you with that because I love Slipknot. I love the I love metal, of course. I love only not the growly ones, where they yell. But I love Slipknot. I love even hip hop. I love hard style. I don't care really if song is good. I love it. I mean,
Do you have
it's no
any
problem for.
favorite bands that maybe aren't like EDM at all?
Well, right now, I can say that I love Slipknot. Like
Oh fuck yeah,
they,
yeah. I remember. I haven't
yeah,
listened to them in a while, but if there's are they still making music?
I mean, yeah, they had a song which was 20 minutes long.
Oh yeah,
It was
good.
so cool. Only drums on the beginning. I mean, it wasn't actually a song; it was intro, but still, it's a song because they were playing drums. Like ram taka tam taka. I love that, and I also love like Biggie. I mean, I don't really know anything about East Coast, West Coast. I mean, I'm not from America, of
Yeah.
course, but it's not just I'm not saying I'm East Coast because I listen to Biggie. No, I really don't care about that. But I just love his flow. It's if you imagine him, I really do not listen to any of his words. I mean, my friends who listen to Biggie or Tupac, they're like, oh, the thing he said, blah blah blah. I mean, it's okay. It's cool the things he said, but his flow, he's just going on. I'm not even listening to it. I'm just feeling it and feeling what he also felt through the words. It's just so cool.
Dude, I completely agree. I mean, I love Biggie. I no questions about it. I fucking
Yep.
love his music, and but I realized again once I actually started getting gigs, I realized how much I do not listen to the words. I
Yeah,
never even
yeah,
with songs that I have grown up with, like I just realized I was always paying attention to like the melody. The words absolutely came last in every style of music I've ever listened to.
yeah. I totally understand you. Like for me, like I still know some songs by the notes that are in the song, but not the words. Like I really cannot care less about the words. And the funny thing is, my girlfriend is totally different. I was like, I played her some chill step or something like that, and I was saying like, can you hear how beautiful this is? Or for example, synthwave. I really love synthwave.
Uh-huh.
It's really easygoing, and like I can chill with it. And she was like, yeah, but where are the words? And I'm like, oh, can't you just close your eyes and feel the song? Oh, and also Zoo. I fucking love Zoo. Like Zoo is damn. Like I love that guy.
Oh, wait, is that
And
ZHU?
yeah,
Or
ZHU, like
yeah,
that
yeah.
guy is insane. I mean, he's really soft with the songs, but the way he makes his songs and the way he puts his feelings in the songs are just like,
Yeah,
damn.
no, I was I he's been around for a while. I remember playing some of his songs on my show. Um
Yeah,
very
I
very
remember
awesome
he he,
guy.
he he got it going with that song. What is called? I mean, it's still popular over here.
Is
Fuck.
it with Ikali or something?
No. It's actually. I think it's in the. No, it's not in the morning. Wait. Just a moment. I'll find it out.
All
Just a
right.
moment. Just a moment. Because that song is his, I think, breakthrough. Oh yeah, Faded. Oh my God,
Oh,
Faded.
Faded. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like when people hear that song, Croatia actually has one DJ who remade that song and put his lyrics on it. But nobody's, when the song comes through, nobody is singing the lyrics from that Croatian guy. Everybody is like, "Baby, I'm wasted." Like it's so good. Like, damn.
No, that song's a heater. I remember when it came out. Um
Yeah.
what am I so I guess I think we're gonna wrap things up here pretty quickly. Not because uh I mean, not that the conversation isn't fucking awesome. I just yeah, no, I got some other things to do today, but I'm not,
Yeah. No problem. No
dude. No,
problem. Yeah.
I just what it's like, what, like seven over? Is it nighttime over there?
Yes.
Nice.
It's night actually right now. Yeah.
Well, dude, I guess, yeah, I'm super grateful for you having this conversation, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
I'm really grateful also for I mean somebody that actually wants to speak with me.
yeah.
It's so weird. Like yeah.
No, dude, you are absolutely an inspiration. Like I said, your music definitely moves me, and it's gonna make waves. I can feel it, bro. I have a really good track record of fucking finding underground artists and then them blowing up the next day. So hopefully that fucking happens to you because you deserve it, man.
Oh yeah, I would fucking love it. Thank you, bro. Like it really means fucking a lot to me. Like it's so crazy, when I just think of that somebody goes to my songs, plays it, and then it's like, damn, it's cool. It's so weird. Like yeah.
What was I? Do you know who Charles the First is?
Hmm,
Or
wait.
the Wakan label? Do you know that?
Oh
Or
yeah, Wakan. Yeah,
yeah.
Wakan is. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, no, I found like all of those guys before they were, I don't know, before they
Oh
started
really?
their record label. Yeah, dude, it was like 5 years ago. I was listening to them, and then like Spotify has just like started recommending me their music, and I'm like,
Nice.
so
Damn, yeah, I
I'm
really hope it happens. I mean, you will get a. I don't know how to. In Croatia, we say you will get a shot from me, but a shot as booze, in a
oh,
club.
okay,
Yeah, and
yeah.
not a legit shot, with the gun. Not
Yeah,
that.
yeah, we're talking about Biggie over here. You never know.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
brother. It's been great. It's been great talking to you, and I hope. I mean, fuck it. Let's maybe do this again sometime. But if
Yeah,
let's,
sure. I'm down. I mean, no problem for me.
it's fucking awesome. Yeah. Anyways, to the homies in the chat, thank you all for being here. You guys are the reason that I am doing this. So,
Yeah,
be sure
thanks,
to.
guys.
Oh, yeah, be sure to get ready for all of the. I guess we're gonna get a track and a few samples from Koto, and yeah, that's gonna be it, dude. I'm gonna play you out with a song, and then I guess we can keep messaging on Discord.
Yeah, sure,
Awesome,
sure.
bro. Thanks again, homie.
You're welcome. Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to play out with, let's see, his new song that I was just talking about. It came out 4 months ago. It's a country song. It is off in the Kodo remix, originally by, I think, Urbis and Room, however you want to pronounce that. But I reposted it. Go check out all the links. All the links for everything I played and for Koto's SoundCloud are in the description. And that is it, y'all. Thanks for watching. Peace, and we can't produce.